BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome to TVWAN News. I'm Maricela Kelaton. As the academic year culminates to an end, students find themselves looking forward to go home. For students from Medan Technical College, it is a different story. In an unfortunate turn of events last night, a final year male student fell victim to thugs yet again. Building and construction student James Lotu was stabbed by 4 settlement youths last night in front of the school gate. James is from East New Britain province and was scheduled to fly home on Sunday.
To Deputy Principal Gabriel Posca, the incident occurred in front of his house where he witnessed the whole incident. Posca stated that at around 8:15 p.m., the victim came from the opposite direction where the administration building is located, trying to head back to the dormitories. 2 of the perpetrators came under the pretense of buying betel nut and smoke from the side market at the gate, whilst the other 2 lurked in the dark. As the student passed by them to get into the gate, they pounced on him with knives, stabbing him from the back and the abdomen area. They then snatched his bag and ran off towards the GovStore settlement. The injured student chased them as his bag contained cash that was sent by his parents to pay for the ticket back home, but collapsed in the middle. He was rushed to the hospital by Mr. Posca and some students. However, he died in the early hours of the morning around 3 a.m. due to the severity of the knife wounds and loss of blood. A concerned Mr. Posca queried the time taken by hospital staff to attend to the wounded student. They arrived at the hospital at 8:30 p.m. and were attended to at 10 p.m. Meanwhile, Provincial Police Commander Acting Superintendent Robert Baim was on site by 5 a.m. to quell the situation as students wanted to retaliate. He spoke to staff and students to allow the police to deal with the situation and also called on the surrounding communities to hand over the suspects by close of business today. The community acted swiftly by rounding up 3 suspects and handed them to police. According to the PPC, police are working around the clock to capture the last suspect, who is allegedly in hiding at Banana Block. Mr. Posca, on the other hand, condemns Modilon General Hospital staff for their attitude during the course of the incident. The situation on the ground is currently stable as police presence is in the vicinity to ensure law and order. Carol Kido Jr., TV1 News.
New member for Wewak, Stanley Samban, is determined to bring in much-needed services to Wewak as he takes office following his election. In his maiden speech today in Parliament, Samban paid homage to the previous member for Wewak, Open, late Kevin Isifu, and declared to pursue his aspirations left behind by him for the greater good of Wewak.
Samban opened his speech by thanking the people of Wewak for giving him the mandate to represent them.
It is with great honor and respect that I take this opportunity to address this Honorable House as duly elected member for Wewak. I take this time to acknowledge and thank my people of Wewak for the trust and confidence that they have bestowed upon me.
Samban won by the by-election on the 17th of October 2023 and demonstrated today on the floor of Parliament that there is a lot of work to be done in the electorate.
I seek to better my people and better the services I now take responsible over so that they too may be granted equal opportunity to meaningfully contribute to the national development and equally enjoy improved services that government strives to provide. As for the work district, it is my responsibility to set development agendas for the district. Work has huge potential for investment in agriculture, fisheries, tourism. Work district, like many of our districts throughout the country, has unique challenges in infrastructure and employment, unreliable energy supply, unreliable water supply, law and order issues, rural urban drift, unplanned settlement. I must admit, it will be a challenge and it will take time.
Samban also called for support from the governor of East Sepik, Alan Bird, its sister electorates, and from other members of parliament as he enters parliament as a first-time MP. Samban represents the 5 LLGs of Turubu, Boykin, Dagua, Wewak Island, Wewak Local, and Wewak Urban. Jasmine Jack, TVWAN News.
The Minister for Information and Communication Technology, Timothy Masiu, has set the tone for the 2023 Digital Government Workshop. Emphasis is on connecting rural areas for effective government service delivery. The ICT Minister emphasized the importance of a whole-of-government approach to ensure that ICT initiatives reach rural communities and enable effective government service delivery. The Digital Government Delivery Workshop is designed to provide insights into digital government and equip government officials with the skills and knowledge to drive digital transformation in their respective agencies. The workshop will cover a range of topics, including building blocks for digital transformation, digital identity, the eGov portal, competency development and monitoring and evaluation frameworks. Papua New Guinea Nurses Association has signed an MOU with the Life Corporation PNG to ensure its 4,000 members are insured. The MOU was signed yesterday in Port Moresby at the Insurance Romana building in Hohola. It is the second time PNGNA is engaging the PNL NTI to be the insurance provider, having been the pioneer clients of the PNG Life Corporation until 3 years ago.
The signing revives a previous partnership they had until 3 years ago when PNG Nurses Association chose a different insurance provider. According to the Group CEO of National Teachers Insurance Limited and Life Insurance Corporation PNG Limited, Sanjeev Bhattacharjee, PNGNA were the pioneer members clients with LIC PNG and were together for 15 years until the last 3 years.
PNG Nurses Association, they were associated when we started our company. So they are the client with the pioneer client when we started our company. So last the 15 years they were with us, only for 3 years they went to somewhere else, and now they are coming back, and I thank the total team for this faith and trust on us.
Life Insurance Corporation PNG Limited will provide automatic life coverage of up to 40,000 kina per member and 80,000 kina family medical coverage per year. It will also provide another 80,000 kina per member in case of emergency evacuation.
And on the 10th of November, we have resoluted, and that is how we have now implemented the NDC resolution by signing the MOU with NTI for a total package.
The signing of the MOU comes after a resolution by PNG Nurses Association at the last National Congress. They are now urging all members to immediately transfer their premium payment from the last insurance provider to the current.
We've been with them for several years, and we've been PNGNA has been one of the best clients. I'm thankful, and I'd like to tell the members out there that we have a cover that is better than what we had in the past.
All registered members of the PNG Nurses Association have been awarded a fortnightly insurance premium of 75 kina from the national government. Frida Kana, TV1 News.
The PNG Immigration and Citizenship Service Authority today launched their sponsor portal. The portal now allows business houses, NGOs and individuals who would like to apply for work permits and visas to skip past the arduous manual process of physically filling out forms and standing in long queues to lodge applications. The Papua New Guinea Immigration and Citizenship Service Authority's newly launched sponsor portal will allow businesses who bring in foreign skilled workers to use this portal to apply for work permits and work visas. This tool will allow users to apply for work permit and work visa using one form, and HR officers can apply at the comfort of their office instead of queuing up at the counters.
Sponsor portal is an IT platform that we have developed after taking office. In 2021, I realized that we have a big problem in terms of turnaround time in issuing, processing and issuing visa and work permit. And the reason being that the client service process that we have at the moment is done manually.
The portal that took almost 24 months to develop provides applicants the opportunity to own the application process.
So this sponsor portal gives you the ability to own the lodgement process yourself. And so when you do that, if you feed in garbage, then you get garbage. If you feed in the right information, then you get your application process on time. So many a times my officers are also blamed for not processing applications or put applications on pending. And because there's a lot of times, 80% to 90% of the time, is because information that are provided in the application process are incorrect, or some of the documents, the mandatory documents, are not provided in the application process. So what I'm trying to do now is to shift that responsibility back to you, the corporates, back to you, the applicant. So you make sure that you put in the right information, then we will process, or the system will process your visa or your work permit on time.
CMO Hula House says this launch is a significant milestone not just for the ICSA but also the national government. This is TVWAN News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy paid units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Want to know to win a Scale Rice Matchy Pack? Huh? Scale Rice is giving away hundreds of really scale prizes for that Scale weekend. Prizes include over 200 Scale Rice Nambi set, over 190 Scale Rice Eskis, 44 JBL speakers with 2 wireless mics. To enter, buy any Scale Rice or Ori Rice product, write your name and contact details at the back of the receipt, drop in the entry box. There's 116 winners fortnightly, 16 promo locations and 4 fortnightly draws. Try us all.
More details in store or follow us on our social pages. Terms and conditions apply.
Papua New Guinea. We love a reason for a family gathering. A reason to play. A reason to ignite the flame. A reason to cook the best with the best. Flame Oil, now PNG made for PNG cooking. Flame Oil, winning taste.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up and big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Get ready for a mouth-watering dive into the wild with Mike Robinson.
Look at that!
Good job.
Ow!
It's the ultimate catch and cook.
I have noticed that you have not gutted it.
I tend not to gut it.
There's so much flavour.
That's stunning, to be fair.
You know, we're enacting what our ancestors did. It's in our DNA to do this.
Fishing the Wild. Streaming now on Outdoor.
Welcome back. The community around the Kookoo Business College has come to the aid of around 300 students who have been evicted from campus. This followed student misbehavior on campus last week, where police and security guards were called in to protect school properties.
At least 300 boarding students were evicted from the Kookoo Business College on Monday, the 20th of November, following a fight among students on Thursday, the 16th of November. The community around Kookoo Business College has come to their aid to accommodate and feed them, as most of these students do not have relatives in East New Britain province. Ulagunan ward member Darius Milson said the school administration made the decision to remove all the male students after only a handful of intoxicated students fought amongst themselves, were disorderly, and allegedly destroyed school properties after their examinations. The students remained until Monday, when the school told them to move out. During that time, only the female students remained, while the males stayed with friends, relatives, or good Samaritans. The ward member from Kookoo district outlined that the students need food, toiletries, and other necessities to see them through until their graduation on Thursday, November the 30th. This was where the community came to assist, with shelter and food for the evictees, as well as female students on campus. The KBC Student Representative Council, along with other community leaders, signed a petition dated November the 21st, appealing to the school administration to assist with food rations and toiletries for the next few weeks as the students await their graduation and eventual departure to the respective provinces. Concerned parents, including community leaders, expressed that it would have been better if the school had identified the perpetrators and dealt with them. Innocent students are now paying the price. A few students have left their respective provinces, while most are still around due to flight cancellations at Tokua Airport. Jasmine Erojak, TVWAN News.
Ella Motors has generously donated a 15-seater bus to the Book Bilong Pikinini Koki Market Learning Center, enhancing the organization's ability to conduct educational field trips for children in Port Moresby. This heartfelt gesture is part of Ella Motors' long-standing support, with BBP being the recipient of the upcoming Charity Golf Challenge on December 1st, 2023. The bus donation and golf tournament sponsorship aim to provide enriching experiences for children, reinforcing classroom learning through visits to places like Port Moresby Nature Park and fostering a holistic early childhood education program. Most small to medium-sized enterprises, or SMEs, have gained vital skills from PCI Fund, equipping them with tools and skills to run their businesses. PCI Fund concluded its 30-day business launch challenge yesterday, marking the third batch of SMEs participating in a program aimed at generating monthly revenues of 10,000 kina. The program focused on providing essential knowledge and tools encompassing finance, business strategy, marketing, and practical toolkits ranging from bookkeeping to HR management.
SMEs to generate monthly revenues of 10,000 kina. PCI Fund CEO Des Janinen expressed pride in their achievements, highlighting the organization's commitment to empowering entrepreneurs and acknowledging the unique challenges faced by female business owners. Janinen also shared personal experiences, emphasizing the importance of hard work and sacrifice in achieving success. Highlighting economic challenges, the discussion noted a weakened currency and predicted further keener depreciation. PCI Fund's shift to a business growth agency, including plans for SMEs to raise capital, was outlined, while acknowledging support from institutions like TISA Bank and Women's Microbank. Ongoing efforts were highlighted to secure priority SME loan funding. Credit was given to government initiatives, sponsors, and the PCI Fund team, and entrepreneurs were urged to leverage conditions for success.
When it's not about the formal education that we're taking, out of the box, going and trying to see how we can better manage ourselves is something that we always aspire for. We should. Being a rep from Women's Microbank, I would always encourage all of you to come to us, talk to us. We'll also reach out to you, try and see how can we better support each other. The idea is to create a space where we can flourish.
Carol Kido Jr., TVWAN News.
Director of the new fuel company, Tasso Fuel Limited, Fred Damago, established his business this year with the aim to be a leading provider of reliable and efficient fuel distribution services in PNG. As a new company into the petroleum industry, Tasso Fuel aims to establish itself as a trusted partner for businesses and individuals in need of fuel supply. He was amongst several others that launched their businesses at the PCI Fund Biz launch yesterday and expressed gratitude for being a part of an amazing 30-day program that has equipped him and his fellow entrepreneurs with vital learning experience that will grow their businesses.
It's been a tremendous 30-day journey, challenge, if I'm not about a year. And like I said, it's not ended. We still have a lot to go on, to work on. So this is just another hurdle that we've jumped over, and there's so many hurdles to get over. But on behalf of the batch 3, we'd like to thank PCI Fund, especially this Peter and the team. We're very supportive all through these 30 days. We've enjoyed it. We've had mishaps, but through the support, tremendous support by the team and the push, the drive, we managed to get here.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2685 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2610 US, $0.3953 Australian dollars, $0.2317 euro, and 38.70 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed lower except gold and coffee closed a day higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You're watching TV1 News. Overseas is next. When we return, stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Hey, you want to talk? Want to win one of 4 Costa buses? Simply collect 6 SP Lager Red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like Espiantes jerseys and other awesome SP Lager gifts. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and the New Guinea Islands. SP Lager, Bungi Mumi!
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home. With an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
Number One Super wants our members to have the happiest retirement possible. Just an extra 10 kina a week could mean an extra 50,000 kina when you retire. This is known as a voluntary contribution. So call us to find out how to add a little extra to your super payments now to boost your super savings later.
Strong like you, smart like me. I hope they don't break. Now surely look his son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus shred. Should I try them on you?
No, please. I'll take them.
Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
Line is crossed. Zelka! Finally, a goal in the Bundesliga. Takes on further back. Sané. There is Harry Kane. You just know when the ball comes Kane's way, it's going to be a goal for Bayern.
The T20 internationals, there is a nice crowd in the house too. Oh, what a shot that is. That is crisp. That's the shot of the night. Gets inside, flicks it away over the rope.
And enough now is going to carry it at Pandya. Athleticism at the highest level.
Away for the first maxim of the night, and it is a big one.
Welcome back. In a historic moment for West Papua, Benny Wenda has expressed his deep honor at being elected president of the United Liberation Movement for West Papua Provisional Government during the recently concluded Congress in Port Numbei. Edison Waromi, elected as Prime Minister, shares in the joy, and both leaders underscore their commitment to the people's mandate in the pursuit of freedom. Wenda extends his readiness to collaborate with various groups, both inside and outside West Papua, including the National Committee for West Papua, the Alliance of Papuan Students, religious leaders, solidarity groups, and the Founding Fathers. The leaders aim to engage with international mechanisms for a peaceful self-determination referendum, viewing it as the definitive solution to the Papua conflict. Australian banks say they're doing more to protect customers from scams with a new agreement to improve safety.
That affects Australians across the board. Right now, Black Friday sales are on, which means a surge in spending, but also a surge in scams and cybercrime. And last year, Australians lost $3 billion to scams. So it's a big issue not only for banks, but also for the government, which also says it wants to tackle the telecommunications industry and social media platforms, because most Australians are getting their scams either online through websites, but also via text message. But today, banks have announced that they are going to tackle this issue. They've announced a joint alliance with a package of reforms to improve scam protections for customers. And this is something that brings together the big banks, but also credit unions and mutuals. And it's an initiative that's being led by the Australian Banking Association and the Customer-Owned Banking Association.
Alison, just take us through the key details of the announcement.
Well, there are 6 main initiatives as part of this announcement. One of them is a $100 million investment into a new payee confirmation system that will be rolled out, and that is to make sure that the account name matches the BSB and account number. There will also be biometric checks to prevent misuse of bank accounts through identity fraud, and we also know that there will be warnings and payment delays to alert customers to potential scam payments payments, and also payments to high-risk platforms like cryptocurrency channels will be limited. But the Australian Banking Association CEO Anna Bligh says in the future, Australians should expect money to move slower in an effort to protect them. Take a listen.
Putting this in place, again, keeps the whole system safer. So what this means for customers is a much, much safer system. Customers, though, can expect they might see some more warnings, more delays and a little more friction in some of their banking activity, but this is all designed to keep them and their money safe. What scammers can expect is an Australian banking system that is much harder to penetrate and much harder to rip off Australians.
The Federal Financial Services Minister, Stephen Jones, says that this is about lifting industry practice and obligations on banks. And when asked about the issue of banks reimbursing scam victims, he said that that would not be a good idea for Australia because it would make Australia a bigger target to scammers. And he said that the first point of discussion would be about lifting obligations and then discussing liability if those standards aren't met.
Our reporter Alison Zhao there with the details in Sydney.
As the tight rental market puts the squeeze on Australians, one country town in Queensland is tackling the problem for pensioners a different way thanks to an unlikely landlord who provides new homes for $200 per week.
Raising money for local causes is standard fare for Lions clubs. But this one in far north Queensland has a side hustle, building homes for aged pensioners.
How are you? Yes.
Gail Coochman has just moved into one of its brand new units.
They're just so airy and there's a lot of crossbreeds and yes, the community itself is lovely.
The 77-year-old had been living on an old bus, then a small unit on a rural property.
It was a tin shed. Look, it was livable, but it was very cold in the winter and very mouldy, and I developed a lung condition.
The Malanda Lions have built 5 units in recent years.
We've gone to put solar on the roof because power is a big cost for pensioners.
Rent is kept as low as possible, currently $200 a week.
It's not about money, it's about care.
Since I moved into this one, I don't want to leave.
The club started building units for pensioners back in the 1960s and is 18 in the town. It funded its latest project by remortgaging its older properties. Lions clubs do run caravan parks, retirement villages and provide short-term accommodation for people receiving medical treatment. But the Malanda Club is one of the only ones in the country to offer long-term rental housing. The town has just 2 rental vacancies and about 20 pensioners on the Lions waiting list.
We got applications from people now that are in dire strait, and it's really sad. There's a woman the other day rang me and she's living in a car. Has been for 3 months, and I just can't help it because I don't have anything available.
The club plans to keep building, starting with 2 more units next year.
The federal government is massively expanding a taxpayer-funded scheme to subsidize and underwrite new renewable energy projects.
Well, the government says that this investment will put Australia back on track to hit its target of 82% of power coming from renewable energy sources in the year 2030. The progress towards reaching that target has been slow, with the share of renewables growing by around 4% each year, currently at around 35% of the nation's energy mix. The Climate Change Minister, Chris Bowen, has acknowledged that a more concerted effort is needed to transform the energy grid and has today announced a massive expansion of what's known as the Capacity Investment Scheme. It's a program that allows the Commonwealth to subsidise and underwrite new clean energy projects, removing some of the risk for investors. The expanded scheme will cover and support wind, solar, battery and pumped hydro projects. Chris Bowen says that the biggest threat to energy reliability in Australia is the nation's ageing coal-fired power stations. He says that this additional investment will improve reliability and speed up the transition towards renewables.
We know that after the last 10 years, we saw 4 gigawatts of dispatchable energy leave the grid under the Liberal Party and only 1 gigawatt come on. And that situation needs to change. So today, I'm announcing that we are expanding the so far successful capacity investment scheme to cover 32 gigawatts of new energy, bringing forward investment in energy, in renewable energy, which we know is the cheapest form of energy, and is also very important to reducing our emissions across Australia. This will see Australia get to our target of 82% renewable energy.
The initial aim of this scheme was to drive investment in 6 gigawatts of clean energy projects, as we heard from the Minister just there. That's now been expanded to 32 gigawatts. The government hasn't said how much this expanded scheme will cost taxpayers, with the Minister arguing that because the scheme is run as an auction, essentially by showing their hand or by stating how much the government might be willing to put towards projects, that would not give taxpayers the best bang for their buck. The announcement that the government has made today has been welcomed by climate groups, including the Climate Council and the Australian Conservation Foundation, but has drawn criticism from the Nationals, who say that it'll have damaging consequences for regional Australia. The leader of the Nationals, David Littleproud, in a statement says that it'll also destroy agricultural land, and has questioned what impact it will have on cost of living prices.
No, thank you.
And back home, questions were today raised in Parliament about the shortage of medicine around the country. Member for Bulolo, Sam Basil Jr., queried whether the National Department of Health was fully funded to carry out its duties. Minister for Health, Dr. Lino Tom, in response acknowledged that the department does experience budget shortfalls, leading to slow procurement of medicines.
According to the member for Bulolo, Sam Basil Jr., Morbe Province is taking the lead in the Nogad Marasin campaign and sought answers from the National Department of Health as to why there was no basic medicine in hospitals.
Number one question, was the NDOH fully funded as per 2023 budget? Number two, was PHA given the full budget quarterly or annually to cater for the district hospitals and rural health centers in terms of consumable drugs and logistics? Number three, can the national government consider increasing the 2024 budget for health sector? What is the national government immediate plan to solve this issue?
Health Minister Dr. Lino Tom, in response, explained where the problem was.
In terms of the funding to NDOH, so timely release of warrants is one of the biggest problems we face as health department. But being in this department now, we've looked at some measures to mitigate this issue. And one of such measures is, with discussion with the Treasurer and with the Treasury Secretary, we've finally made arrangements for APCs to be committed to health department, and in that way, even when funds are not released on time, we can still go ahead and start asking our distributors to, or the contractors to start the procurement process, because it's
To answer Basil Jr.'s question on whether PHA were given the full budget to cater for district hospitals, Dr. Tom said budgets are not usually adequate given all the competing priorities, but in the last few years, Health Department has been prioritized. Despite that, the department still faces budget shortfalls to procure medical supplies.
We get a considerable amount of budget, adequate budget, but within the system there's, because of the procurement issues we have, you see, the health department can't go ahead and buy medicines when there's no proper feedback from the PHAs. So one of the biggest problems we have is in terms of quantification of medicines. One of the big problems we have is that the PHAs are not doing their due diligence. and when medicines run short, they're crying out to the media. So I've put out a statement and I've warned all the PHA CEOs they need to start ticking all the requirements before they start going out to the media.
He assured the country that NDOH has made a lot of reforms in that space. A consultant has been in the country for the last 6 months, and from the report from the consultant, NDOH can come up with a strategic plan to address these issues, one of which is to create an independent procurement commission for medicine.
I think by next year, maybe by the first quarter of next year, the reforms will be in place, and hopefully we will address most of the issues being raised. I think finally in the 2024 budget, I think the Treasurer has put substantial amount of money for medicines and supplies.
The minister said, according to the study, 30% of medicine have gone to waste due to medicine not sorted properly, problems with contractors and logistic issues. He said all these will be addressed. Jasmine Irojak, TVWAN News.
And that ends the news segment. We'll have your news in sports after the break with Jasmine. Stay tuned.
Our Digicel's game-changing supersized data plan for 7 and 30 days. Whether you're on the move or anywhere in between, we've got you covered. With every 7 or 30-day data plan, you get an exclusive free 7 or 30-day premium bundle to Digicel TV app.
Oh, he's done it again!
Stay entertained and informed as long as you stay connected. With this offer, you can surf the internet and enjoy free premium bundle on the Digicel TV app all at the same time. This offer is exclusively available to Digicel prepaid subscribers only.
Man, you deserve this shot, right?
Join the Digicel family and experience a world of endless possibilities. Dial *675# to subscribe to a 7 or 30-day data plan and enjoy unlimited Digicel TV app streaming now. Visit our website for more. Terms and conditions apply.
Never miss a moment. Instant breaking and local news delivered direct to you. Read anytime from anywhere. Download the Loop PNG News app today. Available now on Google Play Store and the App Store.
Hello, WWE Universe. This is WWE superstar Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades. I'm here to set it all on fire. Watch WWE on Digicel TV.
For sportsmen and women, the internet can be a dangerous place. Filled with crackpots, show-offs, pranksters, and troublemakers.
It's time to go viral, America.
You going?
So we compiled the greatest clips from the great outdoors and called it Viral Outdoors.
Free shot, going. They find an error. Moment will do for starters. Alex Mitchell for Northampton. And then it comes back to Don Brandt, who twists and turns cleverly. He didn't panic. He knew how close he was.
There's nothing more intense than this thing. I've been in racing my entire life since I was 3 or 4 years old. Anytime you get in one of these things, your life is in danger.
There's no room for error. I mean, this is life or death. I'm determined.
We travel across the country with this beast, and people just go nuts.
I would like to introduce to you our study companion on Bib, a messaging app that does much more than just texting. The first thing you'll do is go to Play Store, then download and install the Bib app. Then you go to More at the bottom right of the screen and click Discover. After that, search for the B-Lit channel and click Follow. Type Hi into the text box and click onto the topic you want to watch and learn away. That's it, learners. Not so difficult after all. If you have any questions, head to our Facebook page for additional information. See you next time on Be Lit.
Thanks for staying with us. Hebo Constructions have thrown their support behind Team NCD with a sponsorship of 350,000 kina towards the team's preparation and participation at next year's 8th PNG Games. Hebo now becomes the naming rights sponsor to Team NCD. An official check presentation took place yesterday at the Hebo head office, 6 Mile, Port Moresby, officiated by Hebo's General Manager Jamie Mitchell and NCDC Director Social and Community Services, Janet Hawa. The game scheduled for January 10 to January 20th, 2024, and co-hosted by NCD and Central Province.
On behalf of Sir George Constantino and Hebo Group, General Manager Jamie Mitchell officiated a check presentation today to support Team NCD in the upcoming PNG Games in Port Moresby. The GM said Hebo is proud to come on board and support Team NCD and wish them a successful Games. On behalf of NCD Governor and Patron of Team NCD, Powis Parkop, NCDC Director Social and Community Services Janet Awa sincerely thanked Hebo Constructions for such a timely and much-needed sponsorship backing. Due to the current Pacific Games, the much-deferred PNG Games has again been rescheduled for the 10th to the 20th of January 2024 in Port Moresby. The investment on Team NCD under Governor Parkop as NCD won the 2009 and 2012 PNG Games, let alone dominated the national team to the Arafura Games in 2019 and 2011. The investment on Team NCD under Governor Parkop has seen NCD won the 2009 and 2012 PNG Games, let alone dominated the national team for the Arafura Games in 2009 and 2011. It also contributed largely to the Team PNG for the Mini Games in 2013, the Pacific Games in 2015, the Mini Games in 2017, the Pacific Games in 2019, and again the Mini Games in 2022. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Gulf Rugby League, through its two affiliated local associations, Kerama and Kikori, will be partnering with the Port Moresby West Rugby League Club to create opportunities and a pathway for local talents to get exposure at the urban level. Deputy Chairman of Gulf Rugby League and President of Kerama League, Emmanuel Morehari, made this announcement recently. The Pathway program will be officially launched this Sunday and will coincide with the Kerama Rugby League Grand Final.
The new pathway marks a breakthrough for Gulf Rugby League to link with the outside world in order to expose and market their hidden talents. According to the proposed pathway arrangement, the two existing local leagues, Kerama Rugby League and Kikori Rugby League, will become feeder competitions to the West Rugby League Club in the Port Moresby Rugby League, transiting to the provincial Digicel ExxonMobil Cup franchise, Gulf ISO, and other franchises.
Next year, Bambla put him 8 league inside the Gulf province with the support of our open MPs and governor. So we have 4 leagues in Kerama district, 4 leagues in Kikori district. That's our pathway to, we're going to link with Gulf West next year, and that's the pathway to Gulf ISO for season 24. We'll be actually launching our 8 leagues in line with the Kerama Rugby Grand Final on the 26th next week. So me taking this time to thanking Governor, our open members, Honorable Soroi and Honorable.
The residents of Kerama Town and the surrounding villages are bracing themselves for Sunday's big Kerama Rugby League Grand Final showdown between defending champions Young Tigers and newcomers Medics of Iokea Village. Tigers are early favourites to take out their 7th consecutive premiership title, but the underdogs, Medics, who have been consistent throughout the season, are prepared for the challenge.
A bumper crowd is expected at Kerema Town Rugby League field on Sunday to witness the grand finale of the 2023 Kerema season. The big event is proudly supported by Governor Chris Haveta and Kerema Open member Thomas Opa, who will be there to witness and officiate proceedings. PNG Hunters coach Paul Ayton is also been invited to attend the grand final. President of Kerema League Emmanuel Morihari said the main event is between defending champions Young Tigers and newcomers Medics and will be exciting to watch. Medics recently joined the town competition. The young boys from Yokea village would be the dark horse for Sunday's much-anticipated showdown. They're up against a star-studded Tigers outfit and 6 times defending champions who are vying for their 7th consecutive title. Tigers will be led by former ISCA players Ivave Sapea, Max John and current ISO flyer Kenny Laho.
He was affiliated in 2012. So this will be our 11th year in participating on the PNG RFL. So Young Tigers, by playing grand final, it's A-grade Young Tigers will play. Medics is a new club that came in. Under 20 we have 3 Pirates one time, Young Tigers again, and for the women's division we have Young Tigers, Pirates Sharks. So in the senior grade, Young Tigers, they are the champion team. In the 11th years, although in 7th the senior grade, that's leadership law. Some of our boys who came to Galfi Sape, like Ilawe Sapea, Kenny Laho with Galfi, so they've been providing the leadership at the club level.
In the under 20, Tigers will meet 3 City Pirates, followed by the women grand final between Young Tigers and Pariva Sharks. The president again thanked all 3 Gulf MPs for supporting the grand final and other development pathways to promote more local rugby league talents from the province. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Kalibobo Football Club from Port Moresby is hosting a major soccer tournament at Asuramba Care Center in Bogia District. The tournament is purposely to do fundraising to raise money to have a Medang representative team in the country's National Soccer League in 2024. They also want to use this opportunity to identify and source raw talent in Medang province.
Registrations for this tournament opens in September and closes at the end of this month. Teams from within Medan province and the Momase region are expected to participate. The president of Kalibobo FC, Ezekiel Huambai, anticipates fielding in a strong team next year for NPL.
Christmas time and you got all several big situations that come up. That's why the tournament you may host him, keep him all youths busy so that you may avoid him all away. Na larem peace, harmony, and love inside the community in the time of celebration of Christmas hour.
Huambai commented on Team PNG's composition, stating that majority of the players are selected from the Port Moresby and Morebit teams with no representatives from Medan. He hopes with the inclusion of Kalibobo FC into the NSL next year, it will create an extra avenue to expose talents from Medan with chances of making it to the national team. Unlike the men, the women's team Tuspa Blue Kumuls made it through to the development squad at the training center in Leh, and a few of them were selected to represent Papua New Guinea.
You may like him on Mantu as representing country because now no got on the selection come up with Medan FC.
Registration for a team is 500 kina, and all teams in Morbe and Sipik are welcome to participate as well. Cash prizes with trophies will be given to winners, as well as some consolation prizes for other teams. Monies from this fundraising drive will go towards hosting a corporate dinner next year for the club to register and participate in the National Premier League. Maricela Kelleton, TV1 Sports.
The price tag on Panthers 5'8" Jerome Luai has been set at a minimum of $1.2 million per season. That's the figure Luai's management has floated with the West Tigers, which is fair enough given there's a shortage of quality, proven playmakers on the NRL open market.
3-time premiers, the Panthers, suspect the West Tigers may attempt to try and blow them out of the water by offering a long-term deal of up to 5 years. If that's the case, then Luai has to become a chance of ending up at Concord. As good as a player as Luai, it's interesting there's really only 3 clubs in the market for the 3-time premiership winner. The Panthers and the West Tigers are both clearly going to have a crack, while the Bulldogs are simply sitting back and taking a wait-and-see approach. The other interesting off-season development out of the West Tigers is the club telling former Kangaroo and New South Wales origin front rower David Klammer is free to look for another club. Klammer was only signed by the West Tigers this time last year and still has 2 years to run on his contract with a mutual option of additional season in 2026. Tigers CEO is a big fan of Klammer in terms of his leadership, experience and the work ethic and standards he sets at the training on a daily basis. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
And back home for sports, the Hohola Flies Rugby League Club continues its dominance and consistency in the country's oldest and biggest rugby league association, the Port Moresby Rugby League competition. Started at the Suburban League division back in the 90s, Flies got promoted to the Port Moresby Rugby League in 2023 and never looked back.
Based out of the famous EP Park Hohola suburb of Port Moresby, the Hohola Flies Rugby League Club recently claimed their 3rd premiership title out of 4 grand final appearances since entering the Port Moresby Rugby League competition almost 10 years ago in 2012. The club's success story is quite remarkable considering the suburb is renowned for petty crimes. But for these young youths to come out of their lawless activities and use their talent and energy to play rugby league gives them some sense of purpose. Flies recently took out the Port Moresby Rugby League Grand Final after overcoming an equally strong Gulf West side, adding to their 3rd premiership record in their short history.
We've been playing for Suburban League and then we've been promoted to the PRL League in 2012. From there on, we've been consistent throughout the final performance. A grade made it to 4 grand finals. This is our 4th grand finals, and we won 3 and lost 1. And at 20 years, this is our 2nd grand final, and we won 2 out of 2. 2 out of 2.
Coach Jeffrey Roy said Flies had only 5 senior players, survivors from their last grand final team, leading the young Chargers around the park, while majority are young schoolboys promoted from their junior rank.
Most of the boys, the current one for the A grade, most of the boys are junior boys. Only the couple of maybe around 5 boys are senior boys that hold the clubs together. And then the under 20 as well, most of them are the school boys. They are from the school boys. Normally all our players, we pick them from the famous All Office and Rugby League.
Roy said they're looking to build on the next generation of players to keep their winning legacy going forward after claiming their 2023 premiership title.
Yes, this is the start of some of the juniors. Yes, some of them from the 20 will promote it to the A grade next year, and maybe some of the senior boys, maybe this is their last game, so we'll see how the next season goes.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
And that ends the sports news. We'll have the weather forecast with Maricela.
Southern, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Port Moresby mostly fine, although cloudy at times. Momase, isolated showers and thunderstorms scattered over Sepik provinces. Lae, partly cloudy with possible showers. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Kookoo, Rabaul, mostly cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Gorka and Kundiawa, partly cloudy with few showers. Coral Sea sees moderate to rough with east to southeast winds of 15 to 30 knots. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands, Kerma, Yule Island to Hood Point, Samarai Islands, Cape Vogel to eastern and western Milne Bay Islands. Seas 1 to 2 meters rising to 2.5 meters over warning areas. And that ends the news tonight. Pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News.
News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.